Hello y'all, this is Satsuichi. Welcome to another video. I'm actually excited to be here. So I know my last video I posted about the fact that I wanted to start iPhone reselling, flipping, whatever you want to call it. And I just did my first transaction today. I met her at a local McDonald's, and it was iCloud. It is still like locked. It did put her. So the first initial price that we agreed on was $50. Is an older phone. She has gotten like a newer phone, like a 16 or whatever. So she had this old phone and she really needed the money real bad. So I promised her $50, but then when we started talking, I asked for her phone number. We started communicating like via the phone. She was like, "Oh yeah, it's actually locked, whatever." So I'm like, well then, because I can't really check too much of the information, I have to bring down the price to $30 from $50. And she's like, that's fine. She just want to get rid of it or whatever. So long story short, I drove here to the McDonald's. We actually initially agreed on a grocery store here in Indiana, but she's like, she wanted to, then actually I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and do a McDonald's, actually like just right across the street, because we can sit down and just, and whatnot. So yeah, so this is my first flip, I guess you could say, or whatever you want to call it. I got the phone. Yeah, it's like an older phone, but it's a pretty good condition. There's no scratches or anything. But I'm gonna have to find a way to unlock it, and so I can sell it to my it's a beautiful phone. So unlock it and then sell it to my and the thing was she couldn't remember the password. So anyway, I'm gonna have to find a way, and it is factory reset, but it's just, we have to find a way to bypass all of that, and then I'll see what I can get it for, or whether I'm gonna sell it to just directly to my direct buyers, or just sell it on Facebook Marketplace. But I'm gonna get rid of it one way or the other. But yeah, I am excited, because I'm actually taking action. When I did took the course, one thing that they had told me about, I didn't take a course. Well, I took a free course on iPhone reselling, but one thing that I know for sure, that they have emphasized is to take just imperfect action. Just do whatever, So I started running Facebook ads. I didn't have any course teaching me how to run Facebook ads. I already kind of had prior knowledge on Facebook ads. So I started running Facebook ads. Initially, I put it on leads, and I was getting some leads, but then I switched it to, based on engagement, So actually, I had somebody reach out to me this morning, that they had a phone that was being financed, but it was an iPhone 16, and they wanted a certain price, and I gave them the price that I was going to be able to give them, and they were like, no, they didn't agree on that price, and that was fine. So everybody, you're not going to be able to close everybody, because everybody's not going to be motivated to sell, but you will find the people that are motivated to sell, and they're excited, and it was even great because she actually agreed to record like a little short marketing thing to help me out, and whatever. So I'm gonna put that in the end. But guys, it's great, something that you can get started with, you can like really get started with, and so I bought it for $30, and I'm gonna see what I can do with it and maybe resell it or whatever. But yeah, it's great. I have her number, so if I have any questions, or other questions or information that whatever, I asked her if she wanted me to give her a receipt, and she said no. So it just, I just love the fact that I'm taking action and I'm getting results, So this is my first ever flip So I'm believing God that this is the beginning of a new beginning for me and for my business. Got an iPhone, so I'm excited. I mean, of course, I can't get into it right now, but I'll see. What else. But God is good. I am obviously still doing delivery. I have the Multiple Streams Masterclass Bundle. So if you're looking on how to just be able to just make some money to be able to pay your bills, I have the Multiple Streams Masterclass Bundle teaching you how to run a middleman business, whether it's a cleaning business, a lawn care business, so you can run a middleman business, how to do make money with your car, with delivery as an independent contractor. I've been doing that for over 8 years now. I left nursing, and how to just be able to make money without having a 9 to 5. And now I'm adding phone flipping. So that is my newest side hustle, and eventually I'm going to add that to the Multiple Stream Masterclass Bundle. I already added how to run Facebook ads on there as well. So there's so many things that you can get started with, but I mean, this to me, this will definitely be a game changer, especially as I'm getting more just like familiar with what to do, and actually just taking action, just regardless of whether I know or not. I do have a price sheet that I look at, so when they call me and ask me for a quote on their phones, I'm able to look at the price sheet and say, okay, this is what I'm able to offer you for your phone, and it's take it or leave it. It's very, very simple. Whatever the price sheet says, I just subtract $50 to $100 depending on the situation. And and if they have the phone has a problem, like this one is locked, I'm able to subtract a certain amount. And she just she has a little baby, 9-month-old, and she just wanted to have something for it. So I give her $30, and it's locked. I have to probably pay money to unlock it and whatever else. And I am I'm excited to be able to start this venture, and add this. And my prayer and my belief is that very soon, in a few months, I'll be able to just do this full time. But right now, what I love about it is that I'm able to just do it in between my daily running around. I'm literally able to do it between running around, doing that. Like I dropped my son at the barber shop, picked him up, did a little bit of DoorDash this morning, then took my my youngest daughter to her friends. She's and just I'm able to just do a whole lot, and just still be able to live. And that's the kind of side hustle or business that I love, is that you're able to just fit it in with your day-to-day, and you don't have to stop anything to be able to do it. You can meet somebody 10 minutes at the McDonald's, check the phone, check the buttons, blah blah blah, and and you're good. So I love it. I'm excited. It's just one of those things. But I love this journey. I took a free course. I actually did take a free course from one of the YouTubers that I follow, and on what is this school? So the school community. So I joined the school community, and he does offer a free course. I took the course. He does have a paid course too, but I didn't have the money for that. I think it's I think he has one that is $500 a month, and if you want to pay for a year, it's $999. So I was like, you know what, let me just take the free course, and then with the knowledge I already have on running ads, and then I already have a wholesale buyer, let me just use that and then apply the knowledge that I've learned and just take action. The little capital that I have, buy a phone, meet up with a few people, and give some quotes, and the one that makes sense to me, it's all good. The actual first meeting that I had was not this one. It was actually on Sunday. So today is Thursday. It was actually on Sunday. I went with my daughter and my son to a local McDonald's I agreed with someone that I was texting back and forth, messaging back and forth with from a Facebook ad, and it was an older phone model just like this. I think this one is like 11. I think it was like a 10 or XR or something like that. And I agreed on $50. It was, I don't know if it was locked or unlocked. I think it may have been locked. And I think it was paid for. But it was an older model. And I agreed for $50. I was gonna flip it for maybe $130 or something. But for whatever reason, he never showed up. So I was just stuck. I was just like stuck. So I was like, well, that's fine. I already did the action, so to kind of like manifest what I want. I withdrew the money already, $50. I actually went to the place, to the McDonald's. Everything was like, I was like, okay, well, I've actually done the act. So, I kept texting them like, where are you? Are you nearby? They never answered. So I was like, okay, that's cool. I was like, well, I met up with my own part of the bargain. So if you didn't show up, that's on you. I'm gonna keep on going, And it was like shortly after somebody else texted me, from the ads. So I was like, cool. So I think somebody texted me yesterday, messaged me about like iPad Air or something, but I'm not buying that right now. I'm just with the little that I have right now. I do have my bills. But with the little I have right now, I said, you know what, let me go ahead and invest in, buy a phone and, go from there, And there's a lot of people, with this one customer, she had an old phone that she she was tired of it. She needed cash. She had a baby. Maybe she wants diapers or whatever. People are motivated. So that's one thing I love about this business is, especially when you're running ads, people that are motivated, they'll come to you. Everybody's not gonna be a customer. Everybody's not gonna agree on your price. But you do want to make a profit, and you do want to have a baseline. So when you're starting this business, you do want to have a baseline, some kind of price sheet that you use to kind of assess to see, okay, this is how much I'm going to be able to make, and how much profit do I want to make. And typically you want to make from $50 to $100 or more, depending on the situation. So if it's crashed up, if it's cracks, if it's locked or unlocked, and you actually are typically going to make more money if it's locked, because you have leverage. You can say, well, it's locked, or if it's blacklisted, that's even better, especially if you have somebody that is willing to buy those kind of phones. But just be willing to put yourself out there that you buy phones, have a little capital. If you have a little bit of know-how on how to run Facebook ads, especially like for me, I'm running video ads, so it's very, very so it's just it's just great. You do your thing, and yeah, so I was able to get my first phone, and I know that this is the beginning of many, many more phones, and lots of cash, especially when I'm able to make profits from the phones. But you learn and the thing about it is that you don't want to be afraid to make mistakes. So I'm saying, you don't want to be afraid to make mistakes. You want to be able to make mistakes, learn from your mistakes. Obviously you don't want to lose a lot of money. I'm saying, you don't want to be losing money. You want to at least kind of know what you're doing. But yeah, I'm excited. I just said I would post it and just let you all know where I am in this phone flipping journey. And yeah, I am getting messages each day, and right now my budget is like $5 a day, because I don't want to overdo it, because I don't have too much capital to invest in when people do decide or agree to sell their phone. So I'm taking it easy, and as my capital increases, my profit increases, I'm going to increase my ad spend to maybe $10-15 a day. And yeah, and I think the maximum I'm probably going to go is $15 a day, and then maybe do some local like marketing for iPhones, maybe do like a car sign. I'm debating if I should put like a car magnet sign, because I don't want to attract the wrong type of things or people or whatever. But like iPhones for cash, with a number. I don't know. I'm still debating if I should do that or not. But this is where I am. you know, I'm taking action, and it's all about taking action, because even if you take a course, you paid $1,000 and you're not taking any action, it's not going to work for you. iPhone flipping is one of the easiest businesses that you can start. Very low capital. I invested $30. I just got a phone. Now, I have some work to do in terms of like, trying to flip and get some kind of profit, but it's worth it. Okay, guys. So if you're looking for a side hustle that is very low investment, you do need some knowledge, but it's all about like the amount of action that you put in it, and the amount of knowledge that you're willing to acquire is very, very directly related to the amount of profit and progress you're going to make in the business. So I'm always watching YouTube videos, investing in my knowledge, investing in myself. I'm always willing to invest in myself, and that's where I've always been, because I know that when you're able to invest in yourself, you cut off time that you'll be trying to figure things out. But yeah, when you are new to any kind of business, you have to, you're gonna kind of have to take some time to learn it. There is a learning curve, which is fine, but you do want to take some action. Okay.